Osseo will get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam for the week of February 10th. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the show, plenty of prep highlights, including section competition and Alpine and Nordic skiing, as well as several individuals qualifying for this week's state meet in skiing.
Plus, I'll have the story of a Park Center girls basketball player who is one of the state's most dynamic scorers.
And let's start with girls hockey. Section 6AA is loaded with good teams. The quarterfinals took place Saturday, including a matchup between 6-seeded Osseo Park Center and number 3 seed Wayzata. First period, and a nice play by number 24, Gretchen Branton, sidestepping the D and then backhanding a pass. Sloan Matthews there for the tap-in goal. It's 1-0 Wayzata. The Trojans then scored twice in the period's final minute. Branton, great pass. Matthews with a redirect for a goal, and it's 2-0. Our turnover for OPC gives the Trojans another goal. Sarah Adalia passes to Sophie Urban, who bangs it in for her 21st goal of the season. It's 3-0 Wayzata after 1. Second period, and it's Branton again. She'll skate behind the Stars net here before passing it out front. Matthews and a crowd of OPC players scores the third goal of the night for the sophomore, and the Trojans are up 4-0. Matthews had had 2 more goals later in the game. Still in the second, Urban, a clean face-off win. Adalia gets off a quick shot and scores. Wayzata goes on to beat Osseo Park Center 9-0 to move into Wednesday's semifinals. Also in 6AA, Benilde St. Margaret's defeats Creighton-Durham Hall 4-1. Mary Zavarol scored twice and had 2 assists for the Red Knights. And Hopkins Park loses to second-seeded Blake 9-0. In the semifinals Wednesday at Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis, Benilde faces top-seeded Edina. The Hornets had a bye in the quarterfinal round. In the late game on Wednesday, it's Wayzata meeting Blake. The section final is Friday night, also at Parade. In Section 5AA, Rogers scored a 3-1 win over Centennial, while Anoka Spring Lake Park eliminated Champlin Park Coon Rapids 3-2. That sets up Tuesday's semifinals. Top seed Maple Grove, coming off a bye, plays Rogers in the first semifinal at 5:30 at Rosedale Ice Arena. The Crimson defeated the Royals 5-4 late in the regular season. The second semifinal matches up Anoka Spring Lake Park and Blaine. The winners play Friday night in Roseville for the section title.
The Armstrong Cooper Wings are in Class A for the postseason and were part of the Section 5 tournament. They faced off against Minneapolis in the first round of section play. The Novas come out firing, but AC goalie Lindsay Botts is dialed in. She stops all 19 Minneapolis shots in the first period. It's scoreless after 1. More nice work by Botts in the second period as she shuts out the Novas for another 17 minutes. But they score 4 times in the third to end Armstrong Cooper's season. Botts finishes the game with 43 saves.
That put Minneapolis into the semifinals of Section 5A against top seed and top-ranked Breck. Sadie Lindsay to her sister Ava for the goal. 1-0 Mustangs early in the first period. The Novas would later tie it. It's 1-1 after 1. Breck breaks it open in the second. Ava Lindsay, and then Sadie Lindsay knocking home the rebound, and it's 3-1 Mustangs. Sadie Lindsay picks up another assist, and again it's number 7, Ava Lindsay, who scores. 5th goal of the playoffs for her, and Breck leads 4-1. Olivia Mobley is one of the best goal scorers around. She picks the top corner to net the Mustangs' 5th goal of the game and 4th in the second period, and it's now 5-1. Sadie Lindsay and Hannah Halverson with some great back-and-forth passing here, leading to Lindsay's 2nd goal of the period. Mustangs go in to win 9-1 for their 21st win of the season. Now with the win, Breck advances to the Section 5A final. The Mustangs face Orono for the championship Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Breck beat Orono 11-2 back in December.
The state meets are this week in Alpine and Nordic skiing. Alpine skiers from the area made bids to qualify at the Section 5 meet. Afton Alps the site, starting with the girls, and this is Marta Pendergast of Wayzata. She qualifies for state with a 3rd place finish. Her time for 2 runs is 1:07.11. Jenny Cray of Armstrong is the first girl to qualify for state from her school in a number of years. Cray finishes 13th with a total time of 1:10.48. Right behind Creighton 14th and also headed to state is Eliza Polyak of Hopkins. Her 2-run time is 1:11:38. Minnetonka and Orono are the girls' team qualifiers from this section. To the boys' competition, the top local racer in the meet is West Lutheran freshman Josh Nelson as he places 4th in a total time of 1:03:37. The next best racer from our area is Zach Thompson from Wayzata. He places 13th overall after a good first run. It's a good day for the Trojans. Wayzata's next skier is Kyle Sipe in 21st place, and the Trojans get 3 more in the top 26, and that earns them a trip to state as a team as runner-up to Minnetonka. Here's what 3 local state qualifiers had to say.
So I had a great first run, I felt like, and the conditions out here today are awesome. It's a beautiful day, but second run didn't go quite as planned, but I think I still was able to pull through. And
I mean, I can't complain. Like, it's pretty sunny, hasn't been like that in a while. I didn't really ski as well as I wanted, but I made state, so that's the goal, you know.
Pretty good. A little conservative because want to make it to state, but pretty happy with what I did.
In Section 6 Nordic skiing, Armstrong, Hopkins, and Wayzata were among the local teams who competed for section titles at Worth Park, and a good day for skiing. Girls race, Wayzata's Lauren McCollar wins her first section title, a combined race time 27 minutes 35.9 seconds. The battle for third place with Wayzata's Ingrid Halverson edging Armstrong's Sophia Pong. Hopkins 7th grader Sydney Drevelo is 5th as the Royals place 2nd to advance on to state. Wayzata's Taya Volcani beats out Armstrong's Brienne Dorweiler for 9th place, and the Trojans win the team title. In the boys' classic, Armstrong's Roger Anderson and Wayzata's Colin Free started at the exact same time. But Anderson skis a great race and takes first with a time of 12:41.7. Freed is in second place, clocking in with a pursuit race time of 13:14.1. Armstrong's Tommy Brandis finishes strong for third place, beating Hopkins' Caleb Dunawine and Wayzata's Noah Castor. The Falcons win the boys' team title with runner-up Wayzata also advancing. We talked to McCollar and Anderson following their winning races.
Yeah, coming off conference, I was really confident. I won conference by about a minute, and I was just feeling good, and it's really exciting to win the section title and the team title here.
I knew from the start that I was going to have to put some time on him, so I just double pulled right out of the start as hard as I could, and then, running up every hill as hard as I could, knowing that he was right back there.
Local Nordic teams in Section 5 also figured to have pretty good chances to qualify for state. Maple Grove's Christina Bolser starts with a sizable lead in the girls' pursuit after a strong classic race. And Bolser wins the race easily by more than a minute. She helps the Crimson to the team title as well. Grace Collier of Maple Grove races well as she places 4th. And Maple Grove's Lauren Tillman edges Champlain Park's Annie Miller for 5th. Miller advances to state as an individual. And then it's the boys' turn. CJ Young of Maple Grove starts 2nd in the pursuit. And the boys' champ is Cooper Lennox of Mora. He's 45 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack to win easily. Young of Maple Grove holds on to 2nd place, and the Crimson also take the boys' team championship. Nick Chomey of Osseo is headed to state as an individual after placing 3rd. And Champlain Park's team is 2nd to also qualify. Jack Nightingale on the left is 5th, and 2 teammates are right behind him. We talked to 3 state qualifiers.
Yeah, it was really good. Snow was super fast and getting a payoff from all the work we've put in the past year and so it was a really good racing day.
I qualified. This is my 3rd time for Nordic now, so I knew I wanted to again, and my biggest goal for today was to get the team there with me. It's really nice to have your team with you at state, and that was our biggest thing going into today.
I was a little shocked to find I was 3rd after the classic race, and then I made it my goal to maintain that spot no matter what.
Well, it's section tournament time in wrestling. Team tournaments are this week. Many of the teams in our area are in Section 5 3A. Wayzata is the number 2 seed behind St. Michael Albertville. The Knights have been to 21 consecutive state tournaments. Rogers is the 3rd seed, followed by Osseo, Park Center, Maple Grove, Armstrong, and Cooper. The section team tournament is Friday at STMA. Wrestling starts at 4 o'clock with quarterfinal matches, with semis at 5:30 and the championship at approximately 7:30. Totino Grace is the top seed in Section 5 2A and hosts that tournament on Saturday.
The section wrestling will be fun to watch, Jay. And getting back to skiing, the state Alpine meet is Wednesday. The state Nordic meet has been moved from Thursday to Friday with sub-zero temps predicted for Thursday. Both of those meets are at Giants Ridge in Biwabik.
Still to come here on Sports Jam, highlights from hockey, gymnastics, and boys and girls basketball in just a moment. This week marks the end of the regular season in boys hockey.
Hard to believe. The Maple Grove boys had a tough stretch of 3 road games last week against traditional Minnesota hockey powers. The first of those 3 games, Tuesday night game against Hill Murray. Highlights from this one: early first period, the Pioneers Nick Mountain with a shot on goal. Charlie Strobel there to backhand a rebound in, and Hill Murray has the lead just 3:38 into the game. Second period, Axel Begley's shot from the blue line redirected in by number 18 Max Zupfer. Hill Murray with a 2-0 lead through 2. Maple Grove gets on the board in the third. Sam Jacobs, nice feed. Tyler Oakland with a goal, but it's not enough for MG. Strobel nets his second goal of the night late in the game, scoring shorthanded as Hill Murray wins 4-1. Tough week for the Crimson. They then lost at Duluth East 2-1 Friday and 3-0 at Grand Rapids on Saturday. Section gymnastics meets take place in the coming days around the state. The regular season finished late last week, including for both Rogers and Park Center. Pirates head coach Bruce Smith now in his 50th year of coaching, the last 30 at Park Center. And he has one of the area's best gymnasts in Annika Lee. Junior set a school record in the vault earlier this season, wins the event this night with a score of 9.65. Rogers' top vaulter in this meet is Claire Hippen. The senior lands with a score of 8.675. She later finished first for her team in the floor exercise. Hannah Sharber recorded the Royals' top score on the balance beam. Sharber with a score of 8.825. Park Center's Chandra Vu finished second on her team on the beam behind Lee. Keeps her balance here and earns a mark of 8.375. It was the final home varsity competition for 3 Park Center seniors, including Alyssa Lance. She scores an 8.475 on the floor exercise. Lee wins all 4 events in the meet, scored a 9.475 on the floor, as Park Center scores 131.95 to beat Rogers. All of our local Class AA teams compete in either Section 5 or 6. This Thursday night at Champlin Park High School, it's the 5AA meet featuring Park Center, Rogers, Osseo, Maple Grove, and host Champlin Park, among others. Then Saturday at noon at Hopkins High School is the Section 6AA meet. Hopkins, Wayzata are the local teams there. The state meet is February 21st and 22nd at Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul.
3 teams, including Cooper, were tied for the Metro West Conference lead in boys basketball entering Friday. The Hawks look to hold their share of the lead as they hosted Benilde St. Margaret's. Broderick Powell Jr. hits the step-back 3-pointer for Cooper, part of a 17-point outing for him. Anthony Clay Trezek drives and dishes to Damari Bankhead for 2 inside as the Hawks surge to a 14-7 lead. Benilde battles back though. Derek Standifer steps back, waits for a defender to fly by, and then calmly sinks a 3 to pull his team within 1. Benilde's best player, Nick Peterson, missed the first meeting with Cooper. He buries a transition 3 here as the Red Knights keep it close. Big sequence at the end of the half. The ball's jabbed away and saved by David Connors to Powell to Jeff Cooper. He misses, but Tyson Dallas gets the putback as Cooper leads by 7 at halftime. Dallas scores 10 in the game. Second half, and Bankhead rebounds a missed shot and powers it up for 2 plus the foul. Cooper's lead goes back into double figures. Peterson helps BSM close the gap. He hits 4 threes in the second half and finishes with 27 for the Red Knights. It stays close, but it's Cooper pulling out the win 62-56. They enter the week tied with Chaska now for the conference lead.
The Park Center boys basketball team continues to lead the Northwest Suburban Conference's West Division. The Pirates look to keep that lead as they played at Osseo in another conference game. Highlights from this one: Tariq Henry finds Bernardo Moria on the nice baseline cut for the layup as Osseo goes up 4-0 early. Park Center starts a run. David Ijadambola pulls up for three and the Pirates lead 10-4. Dane Danger gets a high screen. Look out below as he throws down the reverse jam. 15 points for Danger in the game. Joshua Brown gets a steal for Park Center and stops and pops a three. He nets 10 points. It's 21-7 Pirates. Osseo battles back. Lewis Carter loses it briefly but recovers it for the reverse layup. Park Center leads by 11 at halftime, and they win by that margin. 56-45 Park Center is the final. The Maranatha Christian Academy boys basketball team has a new head coach this season in Ariel McDonald. The Mustangs looked for their fourth win in 5 games when they hosted Trinity out of Egan. Maranatha freshman Matthew Bluford gets the steal, and he's gone the other way for 2. And then Bluford gives up the ball to fellow freshman Bailey McDonald. He buries a three-pointer. It's 22-12 Mustangs. Final seconds of the first half. Isaiah Bluford hits the jumper, sending Maranatha into the locker room with a 29-13 lead. Early second half, Hakim Daniels rises up for the rebound and puts it back for a 39-22 MCA lead. But Trinity hangs tough. Isaac Showalter strokes the triple, cutting the lead to 7. The Mustangs take the momentum back. Micah Harut with a really nice steal, and he finishes at the other end. And then Harut with the behind-the-back hesitation dribble and drives and hits the scoop shot here. Trinity keeps coming, but Maranatha grinds out a win. 54-47 is the final.
The Park Center girls basketball team has been a top 5 team in Class 4A most of this season. The Pirates are looking for a season sweep of rival Osseo. First half, and Park Center's Adalia McKenzie chops it loose and takes it the other way for 2 for the Pirates. Park Center 8th grader Olivia McGill is left open, and she nails a three-pointer. Then Lauren Frost finds the open shooter. It's Kayla Cox knocking it down. The Pirates go up 18-4. McGill's defense triggers a break. It's another assist by Frost. As McKenzie finishes, she scores 27 to lead all scorers. Park Center's up by 20 at halftime. Second half, and Frost gets a steal and takes it herself this time as Park Center keeps it rolling. Aaliyah Ragilin and Shadiz Helen Chapman run a nice pick and roll as the Pirates win it 68-45. We'll meet Adalia McKenzie later in our Sports Jam Spotlight. The Champlain Park girls basketball team upset Maple Grove a couple of weeks back, and they played well against good Park Center and Blaine teams too. The Rebels were looking to knock off a District 11 rival when they took on Andover. First half, Champlain Park's Amaya Dory steps back and hits a long two-pointer here. Maya Fitzpatrick spins away from a defender and scores, but the Rebels are down by 3 at halftime. Second half, Fitzpatrick drives and scores here on the scoop shot early for the Rebels. Then Michaela Counts fights off the defender and scores as Champlain Park surges into the lead. Fitzpatrick kicks it out to Amelia Valentino, and she nails a three-pointer. The Rebels go up by 1. Sydney White drains a three-pointer for Andover as this game stays close throughout. Maya DuBose drives and scores for the Rebels. The score is 40-40 at the end of regulation. Then into overtime, Nicole Lillard drives and scores here for Champlain Park. The Huskies come right back. A nice pass by Liz Donner to Alyssa Girth, and she scores it. Champlain Park trails by 1 with 14 seconds left, but Izzy Quick gets the steal. Passes to Count. She finds DuBose who scores underneath. The winning hoop there, the Rebels win at 45-44.
Nice win there, Jay, for Champlain Park.
Yeah, an exciting one. They've had some ups and downs, but seem to be playing pretty well in the second half of the season now. Straight ahead on our Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet one of the state's best in girls basketball, Park Center's Adalia McKenzie. Though they've been hit by injuries, the Park Center girls basketball team enters the week with a 19-3 record. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet Pirates standout junior Adalia McKenzie. It's hard to have a breakout season when you're already an established star, but Park Center junior Adalia McKenzie's managed to do it.
McKenzie with that movement and knocks it down.
He's averaging about 32 points per game with a high of 49 and a pair of 42-point outings.
I think it's mainly my mentality, just being strong mentally, but also my quick step. I think my first quick step is really what get defenders, but also just being aggressive.
There's no doubt Adalia is physically gifted. There's also no questioning her work ethic.
I think it's a combination. I mean, definitely she's got God-given ability, but, you know, it's the hard work, it's the hunger that she has. She's got such a passion for the game. You know, I've coached a lot of players like you mentioned, and she is one of the hardest workers that I've ever coached in my years of, you know, being a head coach, an assistant coach, being a freshman coach, middle school coach. She's just a kid that she's got a go meter on her that doesn't quit.
One of McKenzie's biggest weapons, her speed and stamina. It results in a lot of layups.
We love to push the tempo. We love to push the ball. I know especially I look for her every time when she's running. I just dish it to her because she's always running the court.
To Frost. Behind the back for McKenzie. The layup's good.
There are times where I do get tired, but I just don't listen to my body. I just keep pushing.
Another way that McKenzie piles up points, hitting the offensive glass hard. She seems to effortlessly beat opponents to rebounds on a regular basis.
I love rebounding. I love just jumping really high, getting the boards. I just think rebounding is a very important part of the game.
Add together fast break layups and putbacks along with an improved jump shot, and you can see why McKenzie's scoring totals are consistently high. She acknowledges her improvement this season.
I do feel it because I did put in a lot of work this summer. Working on my game, my shooting, layups, rebounding, defense, passing, just working on my game all around.
Such a quiet scorer, and you know, it just sneaks up on you like, how in the world, you know, all of a sudden find out that she's got 49 points at the Spring Lake Park when we played at the Target Center. I mean, it just, like you said, she just goes, I think, so hard, but yet she just does the little things that people don't really understand how important it is to do.
Ah yes, the Target Center performance. Adalia broke her own school record with that 49-point outburst against Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, playing under the big lights, that was so fun, and like, I really had fun, but also it was a redemption game because we lost to them last year, so I really had that Mamba mentality that game.
For sure, basketball takes up a lot of her time, but there are other things going on for Adalia.
Homework for sure, schoolwork, but I like writing as well. I'm thinking about doing journalism in college.
As for where she'll go for college, McKenzie's hoping to decide after the upcoming AAU season. She has some schools in mind.
Minnesota, Iowa, talk to Illinois, DePaul, and Marquette.
For the rest of this season, Adalia McKenzie knows opposing defenses will be geared to try to stop her. She doesn't exactly shy away from the pressure.
McKenzie again. Boy, they cannot stop her.
I think that's probably one of the most fun parts because that challenges me and pushes me to keep working on my game, so people cannot stop me.
The Pirates host Blaine Wednesday and play at Totino Grace Friday. They lead the Northwest Suburbans West Division with a 9-1 mark. Sports Jam returns in a moment.
This week's 4 new Play of the Week nominees are up on our website for you to vote on. Go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the Sports tab from our homepage and then go to Play of the Week to cast your vote. Play of the Week is sponsored by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. And here's last week's winner. It's Gretchen Branton for Wayzata girls hockey and her third period goal for the Trojans, the game-winning goal in their win over Breck. Congratulations to her and thanks to all of you for voting.
Our game of the week is the Section 5 AA girls hockey final if Maple Grove is in it. The game will be played Friday night at 7 at Roseville. State High School League rules don't allow us to show it live, but you can see it same night coverage at 10 o'clock here on CCX.
And that will do it for this week's show.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.